So it's Sam with the Vedic Astrology forecast for the week of October the 14th. It's an important week as we're moving up to an eclipse, a lunar eclipse this week on the 18th. On the new moon, on the full moon on the 18th, we'll have a lunar eclipse in Aries. Now, we've had the nodes in this Libra-Aries axis since the beginning of the year. Rahu is in Libra and Ketu is in Aries. And of course, Rahu in Libra is also joined Saturn. So there's been a lot of pressure and energy put on that whole Libra quality of life, which is about compromise, yielding our wishes to another. Of course, that has a lot to do with romantic relationships, but it really has to do with relationships of all sorts, business partnerships, business relationships. So there's been a lot of pressure, a lot of potential, growth in all of those areas of life. And at the same time, of course, there's a lot of potential for, difficulty and, compromising too much and then over-asserting our will. It's this kind of split between the Libra-Aries principle in life. Aries is about asserting our individuality. Libra is about yielding in order to maintain connection with others. Now, the reason we do that is because we want to enjoy life, and Venus is the planet of enjoying life. Libra is the quality of Venus that shows how we enjoy life and enjoy ourselves in relation to others, which means, because Libra is an air sign, which has to do with people, it has to do with socializing, it has to do with ideas, harmonizing our ideas with others. Venus also rules Taurus, which is where we enjoy things for ourselves. Usually the feminine signs are more self-interested in the sense of, I should say, more pleasure-oriented, more interested in comfort and in, things like that. So Venus is where we enjoy the senses through the sign of Taurus, I should say. Taurus is where we enjoy the senses as an expression of Venus. And Libra is where we enjoy other people through the realm of ideas and communication and adjusting, my needs for another person's needs. Libra is also a cardinal sign, which is about initiating. So it's about initiating that contact, initiating things that are going to bring beauty and harmony and joy into the world. Again, not just for myself, but also for others. So these have been big themes this year. You can see it in politics, you can see it in world events. Even though, it's always easy to be cynical about the world. Well, people are always fighting and there's always that. There is always that. But if you look at social issues such as, gay rights have been a big issue this year, all over the world actually. Also, women's rights have been big in the world. Look at how much emphasis has been put on women's rights in India with the rapes and realizing that this is not the proper way to treat women. This has happened this year since Rahu and Saturn have been in Libra. So I talk a lot about this in the upcoming webinar that I'm doing this week. You want to register for that because I talk about all these social issues that are also a part of this Rahu in Libra, Aries, Ketu axis. This is where the eclipse is happening this week. So, of course, on a personal level, these themes come down to your romantic relationships, your personal relationships, your social obligations, and whatnot. So these are all big themes right now as these planets line up for the eclipse. Now, what happens when we have the eclipses is the Sun, Moon, and Earth line up in the same plane of three-dimensional space, and this creates a very powerful sort of energetic vibration. Just like a magnetic field, it's always there, but you don't see the magnet working unless something comes in contact with it. But now everything is this week everything is lining up with that vibrational frequency. So as we go through this week, the moon is going to be traveling through Aquarius and Pisces, and then on Friday it goes into Aries, which is when we have the eclipse. So on Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, the moon is in Aquarius, like I said. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. It's about ideas, enduring ideas that last and that envelop and outlast our individual lifetime. So it's where we serve causes that are greater than ourselves, where we take our individual joy, which is the Leo principle, and connect it with a cause that's bigger than just our own personal power, where we take that personal power and align it with a higher social cause, things that are enduring ideas like the sciences and the arts and things that benefit all of humanity. And so this is the nature of Aquarius. And it's really about universalizing our individual self toward a higher, greater good. Sort of that idea of wanting to save the world, in the highest sense. We all have this sort of utopic sense of the world, and so Aquarius is where we will, where we aspire to do that. And this week, especially Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday, there's a strong Aquarius theme. Then the moon moves into Pisces Wednesday, and then into Thursday and Friday. And Pisces is about leaving the world. It's about not necessarily being of this earth. In fact, it's about uniting our individuality with the mystical, cosmic, creative force of life. At that point, we're not even uniting our individuality with culture, with other people, with other systems and structures that'll benefit humanity and that will benefit the world. Now we're saying, okay, once I've done that, my true nature is not of this world. I'm in this world, but not of this world. And that's Pisces, the true metaphysical floating in the cosmic stream of life, where we're not even an individual united with the collective. Now we're simply dissolved into the creative pulse. So Pisces is, very metaphysical and poetic. So the end of the week has that beauty to it. It's also, about escapism and sort of maybe a little bit kind of romantic and dreamy. So a lot of those potentials later in the week as we draw closer to the eclipse on Friday. And it would be in early Aries. We have this eclipse in Ashwini Nakshatra. I'll talk more about the eclipse as it approaches. But again, I want to encourage you to take me up on my offer to get the WebClass this week. You're going to really like it. I talk about all of the 12 signs, including yours, and how you can benefit from this eclipse, what it's going to be bringing up in you. It's a very powerful axis, this relationship axis, this powerful vortex of karma that we've been working on this whole year is going to be active. So for all of the 12 signs, including yours, I also talk about its historical implications, what we've seen in the world throughout the different transits of Rahu through Libra and Ketu through Aries. As I mentioned a few of them earlier, it's shown a expansion and an emphasis on like women's rights and social issues, gay rights and things like that. So we'll talk about those things and also just really make it so you can understand what the nodes are. They're powerful evolutionary forces that you should understand. Astrologically, there are a few things that are more important than the nodes. So anyway, it should be an interesting week ahead. We also have Mars now firmly established in Leo, so there's a lot of courage, a lot of discipline possible. Mars had been in Cancer and it was sort of changing last week. Now it's really firmly established in Leo, so it's a time of great strength and courage. Stand up for what you believe in, and it'll be that kind of week. So leave me some comments, let me know what you think of this, and share this with others. I love to do these things, but I also really appreciate if you would do your part, your Aquarius part, and share this with others if it benefits you. Email them, post it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Let people know that I'm here and I'm doing these things and that they can benefit from them as well. So have a great week. Leave me some comments.